Hey guys, so I'm gonna teach you how to propagate plants. Um, this is one that I cut up last night. I got a little bit scissors happy. It is of my Jade Aurea Scindapsus plant. Chopped it all up. Just put it in a prop box and forget about it and let it grow. So where you want to cut a plant is in between the nodes, where the leaves grow. This is a node and this is a node. So in between there, and that will give you a piece like this with a leaf, usually some roots already growing on it, and the stick in between. So I let these sit overnight so that they could callus. That just means that the ends dry out. Right here and right here where you cut will dry out. You don't need to have a fancy shop or fancy anything really to do this. You just need to have a plant. And this, for instance, this is a vining plant. And dollar store, literally from the dollar store bin. Clear is better so it can get sunlight. And some moss, which you can get anywhere. You can get it at your local pet store, or you can order it off Amazon. This has a little bit of perlite mixed in, just a like teeny bit, and that's by accident. You don't need to have perlite. So after you cut your plant up and let them callus, you're just going to put a little bit of water in here in the moss and just make it damp. When you squeeze it, no water should come out of it. No water should be dripping out. And then I like to use this. This is rooting hormone. And I like this one because it's gel. So kind of, I feel like, sticks to the plant better. And I just have really good success rate with this. Like I said, you don't need anything fancy. I have this tripod I'm using that I got for free off Temu, dollar store bin, some cheap moss, and a plant. You don't need a really expensive plant either. This is just one that I wanted to propagate that I had. So you just, I don't really listen to many of the rules of propagating. Everyone says don't dip it in here. I do. Do what you want. You can either put it in another bin or like a little tray to dip it. I just dip it so that the roots get some gel on them. And then I just take it and set it in the prop box on top of the moss. I just set all of mine on top of the moss, and I'm going to do this with every piece. I try to leave a little extra in between, like on both sides of each node, just in case each side starts rotting. It does happen in a prop box because you're going to put the lid on and leave it and kind of forget about it. And when you do that, obviously it's a very warm, humid environment and things do rot sometimes. It's just how it goes. So I leave a little bit of extra on each end in case, when I check it in a couple of weeks, anything is starting to rot. I will cut it And then I'll dip it in hydrogen peroxide or soak it in hydrogen peroxide, let it dry out for the night, and then put it back in and try again. You are not going to be successful with every single cutting that you put in here. I mean, maybe sometimes you will be, but definitely not every single time. My rooting hormone is getting a little bit low in there and kind of hard to stick these in, so I'm just putting it in the cap, and so I can dip it easier. Just dip the roots into it and put it into the box. Like I said, you don't have to have anything fancy. I'm literally in my room. Doing this. Sometimes I just take a little bit of extra of the rooting hormone and just drip it all around in here. It's really not necessary, but I don't know. I do it just because I feel like there's a higher chance of success rate with it rooting if you do it, but you really don't have to. All right, and that's it. It's really simple. They're just in there. I just make sure that when they're on top, that the roots are, you know, touching the moss. Even if they're not, it's really not that big of a deal because the roots will grow towards the moss. And once they're in, you put the lid on. One tip I will tell you is to make sure you label it, because you're going to say, oh, I'll remember what's in there, and you're not. I've done it a million times, and I'll probably do it a million more because I don't listen to my own advice. But label it so that way you don't forget. Thanks for watching. I just wanted to make this to say thank you and to add a ending to my video because I'm new at videos, and I went off on a whole spiel about a different type of plant that I was propagating, and that'll be in a different video. If you're seeing this on Facebook, please follow my page and leave a comment below if you found this helpful. If you're seeing this on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel and come back and hang out again. Thanks.